Here we are at Palm Valley Campground, and guy said I should record my record-breaking hammock setup. So obviously there's some boots there, but the strap comes down, goes into my hammock. Here I needed an extension, my straps weren't quite long enough, and get to the other tree. So it's 10 meters between trees. Worked fine. So the other news this morning has some issues as dingoes cruise around and grab stuff if you don't tie them down. Poor Tom, he had a sandwich in his backpack. You can see him, he's wandering around aimlessly. His backpack gone. It's got all of his camera footage in there. Got his wallet and his credit cards, got everything in there. So yes, we're on a mission to try and find it today. We'll go and see the ranger, see if he knows where dingoes might take something like a backpack. We've seen there's a couple of packets of stuff that they've grabbed off people and shredded, eaten the raw packet pasta. But yes, it's a bit of a problem for poor old Tom. He's got a week and a bit of footage on those memory cards, so he's not a happy camper. But anyway, let's see if we can find it. This is the Kallangara Lookout track. We're still going up. Hey, morning. And valley in here. Sorry, get rid of my bandana. It's a buff, so I don't get sunburned. Yeah, it's a pretty cool walk. Out. Here's the team. Have a look at this view. Pretty awesome. Worth the walk. So there's our little camp for the night. It's actually a really beautiful spot. Book a campsite. Seems like it does fill up. However, keep your gear inside. Dingoes take them. We've been for a walk today as well, so it's nearly midday already. It's 11:30. It's a nice relaxing day today. Just a few scenic views. Go look at Gosse Bluff after this. Nice. There you go, Palm Valley. Here we are in Palm Valley, Northern Territory, and not doing a whole walk, but we're just having a look around. This is the Central Australian red cabbage palm, and they only grow here, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, it's a beautiful little walk in the middle of the dry rock. So I'll just quickly point out, like you can see, this is a siltstone, sandstone. It's all made up of all these other little rocks. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is the Gosse Bluff crater. Imagine the meteor that made that mother, you know what. So this is Norala. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Norala, I think, or Gosse Bluff crater. It's I believe it's a meteor crater, and this is the mound. It's in a big circle right around the perimeter that's since eroded away over the millennia. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. Have a look, check it out on satellite view. It looks amazing. So hopefully it looks just as amazing from the ground. I mean, it looks pretty cool, just sticking up. Norala Gosse Bluff Conservation Park. Well, it looks like the road's just going to come to a dead end, doesn't it? But no, I think it works its way in. I guess there's got to be an outlet somewhere, otherwise it would just fill up with water. We're just walking up this little hill climb, a little bit to go. I'll show you a pano from the top. Have a look at this. Oh yeah. Awesome. Of course, the camera won't do it any justice, I'm sure.
Great vantage point to see everyone ride off on our bikes.
Wow.
Gosse Bluff, not Gosse Bluff, Gosse Bluff, Norala, whatever it is, it's pretty cool. There's a little walk right to the very tip of that rock there, and the views were well worth it. So if you're driving past, don't skip it. It says 4-wheel drive, but you could drive a normal car in here. You just take it easy. A little bit rough in patches, but it's really not a problem. This is the worst bit right here. So yes, come on in and enjoy it. Well worth a look. On your 1200 GS, on your Boulevard, you could come in here. A little bit rough, but you'll be fine. Well worth a look. So it is a meteor crater. 150 million years ago, it's the meteor. You know when a meteor hits and you get this big ring, but then you get a little mound in the middle? This mountain range is that little mound in the middle. The meteor was 1 kilometer across, and the impact, the hole that it left in the ground was 4 kilometers deep. So yes, it's a big one. Another one not expected for some time. Anyway, back on the road. A couple more lookouts to look at before we get all the way back to Alice. It's only 180 kilometers to Alice. See you at the next POI.
Glen, Helen Gorge, and as you can see, it's a gorge.
Lovely.
It is beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, on to the next. Can you hear that weird animal? It's like a squealing pig. Oh, hang on. It's those boots. So this is the Ellery Creek Gorge, and dunk. It's interesting, these just bands of hills, and then the water cuts its hole through there. And good time of day. It's the end of the day, just about out of sunlight. Looks beautiful. Like it, Silas?
Should have bought me togs.
Okay, just heading out of Ellery Gorge. Well, it's the Ellery Creek. I don't know what the gorge is. I think it's an Ellery Gorge. Which is really very beautiful. It's nice. But now we've got the slog back into Alice. 90 kilometers on dusk. So we'll be taking it a little bit easy. And yeah, we'll go camp the night, and then tomorrow's a day we're going to basically set up for our Hay River track and the Simpson crossing. So then a 350k ride to Javois, however you'd like to say it, and then onto the track. Whew, exciting times. The sun is gone. But yeah, have a look at this countryside. Alice 88. Absolutely beautiful. Catch you later. Hey, so just as a little note, right now is normally the absolute worst time for kangaroos. So I'm riding a bit carefully here, but what's been interesting on this whole trip is we've seen practically no roadkill and no kangaroos on the side of the road. It's quite amazing, and our working theory is that everything is so green, the kangaroos just don't need to come near the road. So normally everything's really dry. The road is a bit of a water collection because it's a hard surface with these gutters on the side, so you get a bit more greenery usually near the road. And so animals are attracted to areas beside the road. But with everything being so green, there's just no need. So we're just not seeing them. Hopefully that working theory is correct, and there is just no kangaroos on the road. Makes it for safer riding. Anyway, I thought that was an interesting observation. I know someone comments somewhere I read that people were talking about roadkill and feeding it to our overseas guests or some such. Gave me a laugh. But there's just, the fact is there's been no roadkill. Practically, I mean, I've seen a couple. Usually, no, not up here I haven't, but back further south. But yeah, practically nothing. It's quite amazing. So anyway, just thought I'd let you know that.